And we're live! Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, now let me just get my freaking camera in the right place. And by camera, I just mean my phone. So I had this whole grand idea of going live on my Canon G7X Mark III, which I bought. One of the main reasons I purchased that. This is just a snowman jingling over here. I'm trying to figure out how to like weigh down my tripod in the right way to make this not go sideways. Oh my goodness gracious, friends. It has been a Monday, and by a Monday, I mean Monday's just starting. But hopefully some of you guys come to hang out with me and tune in. Where can I just want to set my phone on something that will just stand up. That's all. I just want my phone to stand up. I want to turn my phone on silent so it stops doing that. And hey, somebody's watching. Hi, good morning, happy Monday, or good afternoon if you're on the East Coast, depending where you are in the world. I'm Cassidy Quinn, and I'm attempting to start a new series of live streams here on my YouTube channel every Monday at 10 a.m. Except for now, what time is it? It's 10:26. I'm attempting to do this on my Canon G7X Mark III, which now is just over there on the couch because, oh, aloha! Boylan's happily ever after. Happy New Year! Oh, 8:26. I always forget that Hawaii is 2 hours different. I always just think like, oh, it's on the West Coast. No, it's actually not. It's outside of the land-bound United States. Where can I put you guys? Because now you're like way too close. When I had my camera, my actual camera that I paid dollars for so that I could live stream straight from my camera, what if I like do that? That's kind of, but then I need something to balance it behind it. Oh my God, bear with me, guys. Here's a way to start a mental Monday. Okay, I'm calling this Mental Monday, which was supposed to be because we talked about mental health, but really it's just because it makes me look like a mental person, which I am. If you are just tuning into my channel and have not watched some of my videos in the past, very recently, I guess now it's been over 2 months ago, which is crazy. I don't want to have to hold this with my arm the entire time. Guys, I swear, if you're new to my channel, I'm Cassidy Quinn. I'm not always this, why do I keep saying my name? Gosh, it's been a long time since I live streamed. Maybe I'm nervous about it. What if I just like blew out this candle, which smells very good. My mom gave it to me for Christmas. Thank you, Mom. And then use that. I have one of those like wallet phone cases, so it has a whole case back there. Is this a great idea or a horrible idea? It's staying. It's staying. If you guys hear a loud thud, it's one of two things. Either the construction going on outside, because just a few minutes ago there were some dudes out there in hard hats and rain jackets because it's pouring rain, and they were sledgehammering things into my sidewalk. Second option, if there's a loud thud, could be the candle that I'm using to weigh down my phone back there. So, hi. Also, here's some of my plants. I rearranged them so you guys can see them here. And now you can't even see them because when I had my G7X propped up on the tripod, it was up a little higher. So here we are. So I had this idea for Mental Mondays because, geez, I didn't even finish my thought a few minutes ago. My thought, what I was trying to tell you, is that a couple of months ago, if you've been here on my channel or following me on the internets, I've been talking and being open about the fact that I have depression and anxiety, which I discovered officially around my 29th birthday. And it's about to be my 30 and a half birthday on January 17th. Do people celebrate half birthdays? When you're a kid, you do. And then you get older, and you're like, that's just a day. Except my half birthday is my grandma's birthday. So it is a special day. I'm sitting weirdly, like, hunched over, because if I sit up, look, this would be a great video, right? Hey, guys, I'm Cassidy Quinn. Let's talk about mental health. Don't look at my eyeballs. Maybe I'm crying this whole time. You won't even know. So here we go. We'll just sit like this. We'll be comfy, because that's what this is. It's relaxing. So I have depression and anxiety, which is a very weird thing for me to talk about on camera because somehow I don't get sad or anxious when I talk about it. I just am kind of calm and deal with it and go, yep, that's what it is. It's just matter of fact. That's how my brain works. So I wanted to keep talking about that with you guys on more of a regular, consistent basis, because one of the things I always think about myself, and a lot of that is because I hear it from other people, is, oh, Cassidy, you're so authentic and real, and you always share how you're feeling. And for the most part, that is true. And then I realized before Mental Health Day, when I actually confessed to you guys about my depression and anxiety, that I hadn't actually been totally honest with you guys, not in a bad way, because obviously I'm very honest about the fact that I'm awkward and weird and mess up things that I say all the time. If you haven't watched my bloopers video from last week, go check that out. Happy New Year, by the way. Did I say Happy New Year? It's 2020. I thought I was gonna plan some things, and you know, when you try to plan, things don't really work. And that's just how the life goes, and maybe how this next decade will go. So Mental Mondays. I wanted to start doing more live streams because if you've been on my channel for a long time, and by the way, I started this live stream multiple times, so if I'm repeating myself, it's because I don't remember if I said something when we've actually been streaming or when I thought I was streaming and I wasn't yet. So a few years ago on my channel, I used to post 3 videos a week, which is insane to think about, because I would love to do that again, but it just is not humanly possible, and I am a human, for better or for worse. Wait, I'm not finishing any thought. Not finishing any thought. Wow, anxiety. It's there in my brain. So I realized, while I am very honest with you guys in many ways, I wasn't really talking to you guys about things I was struggling with inside my brain, and how I was feeling day to day, because it was really something I was still trying to figure out in my own brain. And I kept thinking, oh, when I figure it out, I'll talk to you guys about it. So if you want to see the whole video about my mental health journey so far, I posted that on Mental Health Day back in October, and you can hear how I figured that out. Blah, 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 all the crying, blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. I haven't done a live stream in so long, so apparently I just fill the time by saying blah, blah, blah. But a few years ago on my channel, one of those videos when I did 3 days a week was called For Real Fridays, and we would just sit down or sometimes walk around downtown Portland during my lunch break at work and talk about something that was real on my brain, your brain, some kind of topic. It was unedited, it was raw, it was real, it was uncut. That's what unedited means. It didn't have fancy music cut to it. It wasn't all put together perfectly. And that's what I want to do here on Mondays. And this was inspired by, number 1, my brain. Number 2, I was on a podcast recently that I guess I haven't talked about on my channel. I posted about it on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, so you should follow me over there. See, I can't put those little things up because this is live. I can't edit it live. So I think in the description below, maybe it has my links to my social medias. Maybe I'll put it there later if they're not yet. So I was on a podcast called Beyond Well with Sheila Hamilton, and Sheila Hamilton is this wonderful lady, wonderful inspirational woman who has been on TV, she's been on radio, she's done all kinds of media things, and she has gone through plenty of struggles in her own life. And so now she has this podcast with 2 therapists, Dr. Jenna Lejeune, who I haven't gotten to meet yet, and Dr. Brian Goff, and herself, Sheila Hamilton. And every week they post a podcast talking to someone. Usually there's someone they're interviewing about their mental health journey or just their journey to be well. Because again, it's called Beyond Well with Sheila Hamilton. So they had me on there to talk about my mental health, how I learned it, how I figured it out, what inspired me to start talking about it to people. And it was wonderful. It was basically an hour of group therapy with Sheila and Brian, or Dr. Goff, and they helped me think about some things differently. It was just a wonderful, inspirational hour, and it was on a Monday when we recorded it. I can't remember if they post those episodes on Monday or if they just record them on Monday, but we recorded it on Monday morning. I went straight from there to work, and although beforehand it was stressing me out because I didn't know, normally I'm making my own content, I'm editing most of my own content, and so I'm very much in control of content being made, or if I'm interviewing people on my TV show, I am asking the questions. So not very often am I on the other side of it where someone is asking me questions. and I don't know what they're gonna ask. And not only are they just asking me questions, they're asking me questions about my brain. And it wasn't live, but it is unedited. It's not like they cut out questions or whatever. I mean, I'm sure if I started swearing or something, I could be like, "Can I start over, please?" So, I anyway, before that, and I was running late and I couldn't find the studio to record, so it was kind of stressing me out because it was another thing to add to my week at the beginning of my busy week. And then once I got there, and once I got in the middle, and then got out of it, I felt so great because I had taken this time to be there for myself and talk about my thoughts and my feelings and be in my feelings and in my brain. So I want to do more of that. So I want to do this here on Monday mornings. I was hoping 10 a.m. would be a good time for you guys, which I know is different if you're in Hawaii or you're on the East Coast or maybe you're in another country, which would be really cool. Let me know where you're watching from, by the way, in the comments, and if this time works for you. It works for me because I go to work around 11, and so I can do this before I go to work. But sometimes I could maybe do it like on my lunch break at work, like I used to do for Real Fridays. But basically, I just wanted to sit or walk around, talk about something relating to our mental health or what I'm thinking on my brain on Mondays to get us all on the same page, get our weeks off to a great start. So if you ever have ideas of things you want to talk about, tell me in the comments, tweet me, Facebook me, Instagram me, whatever. It's either Cassidy Quinn or Cassidy Quinn TV on all of those platforms. So here is what I want to talk about this week after. Let me see what you guys are saying. Why do I have weird? Yeah, no, I want to like look at the comments. Oh, okay, here we go. Woohoo! Woohoo! Hi, Chris! Good note! Is that how you say your last name? He's really cool. He makes films, wins all kinds of awards in Missouri. It's cool. Tristan says Happy New Year. Lane says Happy Monday. And Monday morning is your mental health time, which is great. Rob says it's working. Woohoo! 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 Yes, YouTube is working. So if you guys missed the beginning or you were attempting to watch my previous live streams earlier this morning, and they weren't working, I bought a camera last summer last fall called the G7X Mark III. It's a wonderful little camera. And one of the reasons I bought it was that it can go live straight from the camera. And it wasn't working today, which honestly is probably my fault. We don't actually have Wi-Fi in our house yet. Yes, I moved in October / November, and no, we still don't have Wi-Fi. If you can kind of see in the back, those are boxes that still haven't been unpacked. There's like one little wall of boxes still, and that's okay. It's okay to take time. It's okay to prioritize meditating or tuning out and watching The Bachelor or whatever instead of packing a box. That's what I'm gonna do tonight. I already meditated this morning. Gonna watch The Bachelor tonight. It's a 3-hour episode. Who has time to unpack your boxes? But, so we haven't gotten Wi-Fi yet, so I've been surviving off of, Lane just asked, no Wi-Fi, how do you survive? I survive off of mobile hotspots, which for the most part works great. And actually in my last apartment, I lived there for over a year and I never got Wi-Fi and I just had a mobile hotspot and I streamed Netflix and I uploaded YouTube videos and it all worked just fine, but it seems in our new place to not be working as well. Oh yes, I do have unlimited data, which is great, but apparently it's not working. So now I'm streaming just on my phone. So I will get Wi-Fi soon, and we will start doing them from this camera, and things will be great. Breathe. Breathing is good. I'm learning to breathe. So here's what I want to talk about for this week, for Mental Monday, the first one ever, January 2020, is that just things being unexpected and just going with it. Because, so my New Year's, so we were talking about that with the live stream, right? It's very fitting for today. You try to plan something on this camera, you can actually schedule. I went on my phone and I scheduled a live stream for 10 a.m. I put in the title, I put a description, yada yada, and then when I opened up this camera, I connected to the Wi-Fi, and then I clicked on the scheduled stream, and hypothetically it should have just scheduled and started streaming with those settings that I'd already created. However, that did not work. So that's unexpected, and you just have to move on and try something different. My New Year's Eve, I would love to hear how your guys' New Year's Eve went, because Tucker and I were in McCall, Idaho with his family, his parents, his grandparents, and it was wonderful. We went to this party at a place called the Shore Lodge, which is a very fancy hotel on the shore. of the lake in McCall, and it was James Bond themed. So we were dressed all fancy. You can check my Instagram if you want to see our fancy outfits we were wearing, and it was really fun. And they had a live band who was performing cover songs, and the dude in this band was making very weird comments throughout the night. Like at one point he goes, "This next song is for all the ladies out there. Ladies, let's hear it from the ladies." And we were all like, "Whoa." And should I be cheering? I don't know. And then he goes, "Yeah, it is your constitutional right, ladies, to dance to this song." We're like, "It's also my constitutional right to sit here and eat my dessert instead and not dance." "Oh, Boylan's happily ever after. You are leaving. Have a wonderful day." "Yes, mahalo. Your baby's woke up." I want a baby. Not like right now. I just want someone else's baby to borrow, hang out with. Anyway, we're going very off track. But I feel like babies are great for your mental health. Maybe not like having one and assuming that's gonna fix your depression or anxiety, but I hung out with my uncle's 9-month-old this morning, or this weekend. He's so cute. Go watch my Instagram story if you want to see baby Jaden. He's my cousin. I'm 30 and he's 9 months old. When I'm 60, he will be 30. Or when, I should have said the opposite. When he's 30, when he's my age, I will be 60. I will be my dad's age, which is not even that old. Uh-oh, Jacob Johnson just commented and said I'm cringing so hard. Oh no. So, mental health. New Year's Eve, 2019 into 2020. So this dude kept saying, "It's your constitutional right, ladies." And then one time he goes, "Now how about all the fly mothers? Come out to the dance floor, fly mothers." And, Jacob just commented saying, "Message retracted." Just so you know, I can see the messages and then retracted, so it doesn't really work because I saw it, and I'm sorry that I called you out on it. You're wonderful. Happy New Year. Happy Monday. So then we get to midnight, and the job of someone performing at a New Year's party is 2 things. Number 1, perform. Number 2, almost as or more important as number 1, is doing the countdown. To actually count down to the new year, right? In any movie you watch about New Year's, they do a countdown. That's like the main thing about New Year's, besides having fun and wearing a sparkly outfit. So it gets to be close to midnight, and they're playing music, and they just start playing this beat. And the band guy, singer, he also played guitar, I don't know, starts going, "Whoop, there it is, whoop, there it is." And then he starts switching up the pattern, the rhythm. Whoop, there it is, whoop, there it is, there it is, whoop, whoop, there it is. I was laughing. He said, "Whoop, there it is," which I don't even know how you spell that, like 30 times. And then all of a sudden, people around the dance floor start looking at their phones and thinking, "My phone says it's midnight. What?" So then all of a sudden, he looks at his phone and he goes, "Oh, it's the new year! Happy New Year!" And everyone does this awkward cheers with their champagne and says Happy New Year, and it was very awkward because it just all of a sudden was a new decade, and we had not counted down towards it at all. Yes, was it disappointing that everyone had paid over $100 for a ticket to be there and we didn't even get a New Year's countdown? Definitely disappointing. However, sometimes that's how things happen. They come out of nowhere. They surprise you. You don't have time to plan for it or prepare, and things just happen, and you just have to accept it and go with the flow. On the mental health topic, a couple of days before New Year's, and I did mention this in my Instagram post about New Year's, because if you see the pictures from New Year's, you would just see, oh, happy, fun, having a great time. There was no countdown, but they had fun and they dressed fancy. But a couple of days before New Year's, actually right when we got to McCall, Idaho, with Tucker, my boyfriend, and his family, I just was very sad, and for no reason. Or the reason is my brain. The reason is my depression and anxiety. But unfortunately, sometimes that just comes out of nowhere. And the one bright side about it was that I thought, oh, I can actually talk about this, because I hadn't had just a really bad anxiety, depression day in a while, which is a great thing, because a year and a half ago, I went on Lexapro, a lovely antidepressant for my depression and anxiety, and it has worked very well. It's been doing a lot of great, along with trying to meditate more and be calm and start therapy. It's all a work in progress. It's a continual journey for my mental health. But I just had one of those really sad days, and it actually lasted a couple of days. Um, because not because I wasn't trying to fix it, or you can't fix it, but not because I wasn't. I just let me start over. I just decided to lean into it, and luckily Tucker is totally understanding, and I'm very, very grateful that I have someone in my life with me that I can just say, hey, I'm sad today and I'm not doing great. And it started out, I started noticing it that morning because I was just kind of irritable and cranky, and things Tucker was doing were pissing me off or stressing me out, and we were trying to pack and get to McCall, and I was stressing out a lot and just being antsy and irritable. And then I realized, hang on, let's go inside my brain. Nothing around me is actually making me mad or frustrating me. It's just my brain is reacting to these things. Um, and so that's the first step for me, is just acknowledging it. Second step is saying it out loud, saying, hey, Tucker, or my family, or whoever I'm around at that moment, I'm having one of those days. I'm just kind of upset right now. I'm sorry that I'm taking it out on you. I'm gonna now take some time for my brain. So we had like a 2 hour drive to McCall. I just kind of sit there. We played some good music. I closed my eyes and looked out the window and just thought about why I was sad or whatever, or just how I felt. Just kind of sat in my feelings, which is something I'm working on getting better at. And then we got to McCall, and there was like activities, everyone to hang out and do things. And my anxiety, depression attack just started turning into a migraine. So my head started screaming. I was getting super dizzy. I could not stop crying. And so I just went and laid in bed, fully clothed, for about an hour while everyone else was having dinner. And we just told everyone that I had a migraine, which was true, but also I was just very sad and anxious. I tried to do a 10-minute meditation to ward it off. That made me feel a little better, but as soon as the meditation was over, or even during the meditation, I just started crying whenever I've been doing Calm, the Calm app, so it was Tamara Levitt, who was leading the meditation, and every time she said to breathe, it was like breathing deep triggered the tears. So breathing deep was great, but it also just got the emotions to come all the way out. So every once in a while, Tucker, who was hanging out downstairs, he would come out. He was hanging out with everybody. He'd come back and check in with me and see how I was doing, and just like give me a hug. And at one point, he said, so I was trying to still kind of keep it in when anyone else was around, not just cry, 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 cry. But he just hugged me and he said, it's okay. It's okay to be sad, and it's okay to just let it out. And I did. I cried so hard. The hardest I can remember crying in front of anyone in a long time. And it felt so good. At the beginning of this, I was saying that I don't get emotional when I talk on camera about my depression and anxiety, but now I'm like kind of feeling it because it just meant a lot to me to be able to just go, like one of those really loud, really ugly, really sad cries. And I'm smiling about it because it felt so great. It was so therapeutic. Just go, and one of those times, I mean, sometimes whether it's depression that's making you cry or whether it's just something in your daily life, sometimes you have a reason you're crying, and then other times you're just like a little baby that is just sad and upset for not really any specific reason at all. You're just sad. And I felt exactly like that, like a little baby that needed to be coddled and cuddled and just hugged, and that's the same thing as cuddled, and just lay there for a while. And eventually I got to the point where the tears had stopped coming enough, and I went down and joined everyone and had dinner, and hoped that my migraine went away. And eventually I felt good. It felt good to distract and kind of talk to everybody and hang out and eat some food. And that was great. Then I went to sleep, and then we woke up the next morning and we were going skiing at Brundage, which was an awesome place to go skiing. Again, in McCall, Idaho. Actually, we went skiing on New Year's Day also, and I vlogged it, so that will be coming up here sometime soon. But we went skiing and I still was just sad. I thought sometimes, most of the time for me, if I'm having one of those sad, bad anxiety, depression days, when I go to sleep and then I wake, once I can get myself to go to sleep and then I wake up the next morning, I feel so much better. And it's like you've just rolled onto the better side of the bed. You wake up, things are better. This time it wasn't like that. And I woke up and I was trying to be great and be motivated because Tucker has so much energy in the morning to go skiing. He's like, yeah, yeah, woohoo. And so I was trying to get on board that. We were stretching, we did a meditation, we drank some coffee, we ate some good breakfast, and then we went skiing. And I still was just very sad. And let me tell you, it's weird to cry when you have ski snowboard goggles on because it's actually kind of great. May I recommend that if you ever need to cry, even if you don't go skiing, just like wear goggles in your bed or something when you want to cry because the goggles catch the tears that are coming out of your eyes. Which is so weird to say, but it's really true. So, like, I would cry, and then I'd be like, where's the tear gonna go? And then it would just kind of catch in the soft foam of the goggles. And then no one really knows, because the lenses are reflecty, so no one sees that you're crying until you tell them. And so I would just be skiing down a run, and I had headphones in, I was listening to music that made me happy. I have like a playlist on my Spotify called Good Relaxin', and so it's just like happy, relaxing jams that will always put me in a good, better mood, as much as anything can, if I'm in a bad, depressing mood. And I just kind of let it happen, and I was out in the wilderness, in the cold, fresh air on the mountain. There was some fresh snow, and so I just let myself try to enjoy that and soak that all in, and be okay with feeling not okay and be okay with feeling sad and letting that out and admitting to Tucker when I just wasn't having fun and needed to go in for a break. Because sometimes the things that are really, really fun to you, like snowboarding is for me, uh, aren't fun. And that's okay to just be saying, you know what, I'm not having a lot of fun with this today. Can we just take a break? Or you can go do that, and I'm gonna take a break. And that's fine. I'm just gonna go sit in the lodge and have a latte, and it's gonna be delicious, and I'll see you later. And so that's really what I've learned over the past year and what I'm trying to go into 2020 with is the awareness to check in with my brain, go inside my brain, and say, hey, brain, how are you feeling today? Clearly something's going on. Let's be in those feelings. Let's let it all out and not try to stop it, not try to ward it off, not try to put a band aid over it. Just sit in it and let it all out, whether I'm crying in a bed or crying while I'm snowboarding. It doesn't really matter. You can cry anywhere. And honestly, here's how I felt about uh, these 2 depression days at the end of the year. This was 2 days before New Year's. I realized, you know what, I've had a pretty good year and how I've been starting to deal with and become aware and deal with my anxiety and depression. Uh, I've been doing great. I've been doing so much better. And maybe at the end of this decade, the end of the 2010s, my body just said, we're going to get the rest of this crap out. We're just going to let it out. This is a cleanse. Like sometimes, you know, you do a juice cleanse for your body. I've never done that because I need food. But I get how that works. You know, you just do the juice cleanse. It flushes things out, literally. And that was this for me. That was these last couple days of 2019, of the entire last decade of our lives. My body just said, get it out. Get it out. We're flushing it out. We're taking all those tears that you've been holding in, except not even holding in, but just the tears that haven't come out because you've been doing great and haven't been feeling super bad lately. We're just gonna, they're all gonna come out. And you just have to let it happen, and you have to be okay with it and actually feel great about it, because since I got to let all of those emotions out at the end of 2019, they were gone in the beginning of 2020. And isn't that what we can all hope for? So I think that came to a conclusion. That is what I want to talk to you guys about in this first Mental Monday. Insert exciting graphics and stinger here, like, woohoo, it's a Monday and we're getting mental because we all have mental moments and we all have mental health that we're trying to get. Ding! Welcome to my YouTube channel. Let's see if anyone's said any more things because I haven't really been responding. I'm sorry. So Glenn says sometimes it feels so good to just let it all out. It really, really, really does. Chris says I remember the crying spells and also says please call me one of these days. Honestly, I would love to talk to you. I would love to have a phone call. Can we just like have a phone call or a Google Hangout or something? Sean on a random note says, "What's my favorite color in an NFL team?" Obviously, my favorite team is the Seahawks. If you follow me on Twitter, I actually went to see Little Women, the movie, with my mom yesterday, which was wonderful and actually did not make me cry somehow. But we went at halftime of the Seahawks game was when the movie started because my mom wanted to see the movie, I wanted to see the movie, and I knew that was not going to be the last game for the Seahawks. They were going to beat the Eagles, and I'd have another chance to watch them next weekend. So that's my favorite team. Favorite colors? I don't know. Pink and blue, I guess. Tristan says, I have depression too. I know how it feels. So that is exactly why I wanted to start doing these Mental Monday chats with you guys. Because since I started being open about my depression and anxiety back in October, so many people, whether it's on the internet or people in my daily life, have come up to me via tweet, YouTube comment, or in person and said, hey, I have that too. I've been struggling with that too. And some people are people I'm very close to, and we have never talked about this stuff. And other people I'm not very close to, and now we're talking about this stuff. Like coworkers I would have never expected to come up to me and said, I have depression too. I've been dealing with it for blank years, and thank you for being open about it. I really appreciate that. You're not alone. Thank you for telling me that I'm not alone. So that's what I want to tell you guys. You are not alone. Whatever you are dealing with, whatever you are struggling with, battling, whatever journey you're on. And so I wanted to have these conversations with you guys. So every Monday, I'm going to try to have a topic and be able to breathe through my nose also is key. And we can just talk about things and expand them. So if you have an idea for a topic, something you want to talk about, I think next week I kind of want to talk about self-confidence and insecurities because that's been something I've been dealing with lately, which is real fun, which maybe led to that New Year's brain attack. I want to talk about not knowing everything and how that is okay, which is very true for my mental health journey and being open about talking about it with you guys. Anthony says, Cassidy is a juice cleanse. Great idea. I did do a video where I made juice because I got a new juicer like 4 years ago. And it's in my house. It's over there in the kitchen, and I haven't used it yet. I also haven't used it since I moved in here. So maybe I should do a juice cleanse. That would be fun. But I need to prepare and buy a lot of ingredients. I also just bought an Instant Pot, so if you guys have ideas for things to make from an Instant Pot, that would be great. Steve says, do you think it's possible you have seasonal depression based on the weather? I was thinking about that a lot recently. And so I really want to look into it because it's never been something that I've thought about myself. Because I'm from Seattle. I live in Portland right now, if you don't know that. But I'm from Seattle, and it rains in Seattle a lot. It rains in Portland a lot. And so I've always loved the rain. I love those rainy days where you get to sit inside and cuddle and watch movies all day. I love going snowboarding, and so you need the winter to go snowboarding because you need the snow. So I've never thought as myself of someone with seasonal depression, but it is something I want to look into now because maybe it's a thing for me. Lane says, I got to spend Christmas Eve and Christmas at home, first time in 11 years, and you cried at midnight. Does that mean like happy tears? Or because you got to be home for the first time? John says, hello, but I'm sorry you were crying. But also it feels good. Sometimes it just feels really good. Ah! Whoa, God! I caught the candle. Oh my God. Ah! Did I just zoom on my face? How did I? Whoa. Guys, why did I do that? Oh my God, not trying to zoom in. Remember how I said at the beginning, if you tune into the beginning, I was using a candle to balance my phone on my tripod, and I caught it. I caught it as it started to fall, and that is an amazing accomplishment. See? Accomplishments in 2020. John says, hello, I'll catch these every Monday. I've been dealing with depression with the D for quite a long time. Hearing you be so open about it lately inspired me to try to be more open about it too. That is wonderful. Thank you for saying that, John. Thank you for opening up about that too. And that's exactly what I want. It's okay to be open. It's better than okay to be open about it. It's helped me to be open about it, and talk about it to people. Oh yeah, I did do the celery juice cleanse, but see that one I got to eat. I got to eat the rest of the time. I didn't like just drink juice. Steve's in New Hampshire. And let's see what other comments. Jade is from Paris. Are you serious? You're in the hospital in labor? What? That just blew my mind. You are watching my live stream while in labor in Paris? Holy cow. Um, so yeah, I'm also gonna start to do a series on this channel called Try It for a Month because during December I tried meditating every single month. This month you guys voted on Twitter. I'm very upset with you guys that you voted for me to try to get 8 hours of sleep every night for a month. So that's what I'm trying to do now. And every month I want to kind of set a new like adulting challenge for myself. And you can get those updates all along the way on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and wherever. I guess Instagram stories is kind of the best place. But it's 11 o'clock, which means I need to get going to work. And the point of these was to do it on Monday morning to get us all ready to go to work and talk about our brains and our feelings and hang out with some plants that I've still kept alive somehow. Should I do a video about all my plants sometime? Because, like, look at these guys. Look at these. Not that I could pick a favorite for my kids, because they're my children, but this is my little monstera that I raised from a baby, and it's gotten so great. And then this is a Christmas cactus that my mom gave me for Christmas in a plant stand that my brother gave me. So yeah, this is my first full week back at work on since vacation. I was at work for a couple days last week, but it was more planning days. So if you don't know, I host a 7 o'clock West Coast time entertainment show in Portland, Oregon on KGW. It's the NBC affiliate. It's called Tonight with Cassidy, and we cover all kinds of fun things happening in Portland and on the internet. And tonight is our first show of 2020. So you can tune in. You can also find the segments at youtube.com/Tonight with Cassidy. After we go live, they go up later that night, so you can always find them there. Happy Monday. Happy brain day. I hope your brain is happy. I hope it's content. I hope it is off to a great start. Thank you for helping me get my Monday, my week off to a great start. And I will have, hypothetically, an edited video up for you guys later this week, but I will see you for another Mental Monday next Monday. Okay, I love you guys. Thank you. Bye! Where is the bye button? I haven't done a live stream in so long.